Welcome to the first video produced by Flat Earth Trads. We are a group of traditional Catholics who follow the apostolic line of Bishop Richard Williamson. When you have finished watching this video, please visit our web forum, the link to which will be provided below. Almost all of the ancient cultures accepted the earth to be flat. There were, from the time of ancient Greece, some who pushed the idea that the earth was round. The fathers of the church combated this idea vigorously as they did other errors, which tried to push themselves into the church. You will see in the following quotations how this is true, and how the magisterium followed in this line for centuries whenever the matter arose. Lactantius, in the Divine Institutes, chapter 24. They thought that the world is round like a ball, and they fancied that the heaven revolves in accordance with the motion of the heavenly bodies, and thus that the stars and sun, when they have set, by the very rapidity of the motion of the world, are borne back to the east. Therefore they both constructed brazen orbs, as though after the figure of the world, and engraved upon them certain monstrous images, which they said were constellations. I am at a loss what to say respecting those who, when they have once erred, consistently persevere in their folly and defend one vain thing after another. But that I sometimes imagine that they either discuss philosophy for the sake of a jest, or purposely and knowingly undertake to defend falsehoods, as if to exercise or display their talents on false subjects. St. John Chrysostom, Commentary on the Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 1. Where are those who say that the heaven is in motion? Where are those who think that it is spherical? For both these opinions are here swept away. Quoted by Cosmas. St. Jerome, Commentary on Isaiah. God had established the great mass of the land, and had gathered it together above the seas and rivers, so that the heaviest element, earth, hangs over the lighter weight waters by the will of God, who, like a king, sits above the circle of the earth. There are some who assert that this mass is like a point and globe. What then will the land be over? On June 22nd, the Holy Office formally condemns Galileo for heresy. We say, pronounce, sentence, and declare that you, the said Galileo, have rendered yourself in the judgment of this Holy Office vehemently suspected of heresy, namely, of having believed and held a doctrine which is false and contrary to the sacred and divine scriptures, that the sun is the centre of the world and does not move from east to west, and that the earth moves and is not the centre of the world, after it has been declared and defined as contrary to the Holy Scripture, from which we are content that you be absolved, provided that you abjure, curse, and detest before us the aforesaid errors and heresies and every other error and heresy contrary to the Catholic and Apostolic Roman Church. Pope Urban VIII took full responsibility for the condemnation of Galileo by enforcing in forma communi the congregation's prohibitions against books holding the Copernican system as truth. Reference: Exorciser le spectre de Galilée, l'abbé Philippe Marcy, édition du Sel, 2014, page 40, and scripturecatholic.com. The Holy Office, at another point, also said, since it has come to the knowledge of the above-named Holy Congregation that the false Pythagorean doctrine, altogether opposed to the divine Scripture on the mobility of the earth and the immobility of the sun, this congregation has decreed that the said books be suspended till they are corrected, that the book of Father Paul Anthony Foscarini the Carmelite be altogether prohibited and condemned, and all other books that teach the same thing, as the present decree respectively prohibits, condemns, and suspends all, pages 56 to 57, from the Pontifical Decrees Against the Doctrine, the Earth Movements, by Reverend William W. Roberts. A note from the editors. The latter quote from the Holy Office is significant, because the idea that the world was a sphere has been around for a long time, but Pythagoras was one of the first to come up with it. The quote shows that the Church was not only aware of the round earth error, but also that its source was Pythagoras. Thank you for watching.